So we've been talking a lot about next weekend. We have Disney Plus Day next Thursday, and this is followed by D23 Expo. Now, while we shouldn't expect too much from Disney Plus Day, Disney have teased that the Lucasfilm panel at D23 is going to be a huge one for Star Wars announcements. Now, in a new article published by The Direct, they remind us of what Kathleen Kennedy said a few months ago about this upcoming event. At Star Wars Celebration, Variety asked her why no Star Wars movies were showcased, and she responded that there would be plenty of time for that in a few months' time. Well, that time has come, my dear Mandalorians, specifically next weekend. We should finally get clarity on what the situation is with Rogue Squadron, Taika Waititi's movie, and what's happening generally with Star Wars on the big screen. What is the next outing? She did say it's going to be Taika's film, but when are we going to get it? A couple of months ago, Taika did say it's probably not going to make the 2023 release date, but at D23 we should hopefully get some clarity. And apart from the movie side of things, it's also worth discussing what other announcements we might get. Now, this is pure speculation, but the Direct did outline 14 very good predictions for what we might get on the day. Now, we're probably not going to get all of them, maybe just one or two, but let's dive into likely announcements. Now, we begin with the Andor series, with the first 3 episodes dropping less than 2 weeks after D23. Andor is sure to have a massive presence at the event. Beyond discussions on stage, it wouldn't be surprised if we got to look at props, costumes, and set pieces that they put on display. Now, even though we've had a teaser and final trailer, we could get another exclusive clip, just like the one they dropped a few days ago. And yesterday, in case you missed it, Star Wars dropped a clip where Diego Luna explains the timeline between the Andor series, Rogue One, and A New Hope. So given that Andor is the next release, there's no doubt they're going to showcase it. And we've got to bear in mind, with production starting in a couple of months, they might give us some insight into Andor Season 2, maybe an official announcement for a production start date, as well as a target window for release. Next up, guys, aside from Andor, if anything's going to be brought up, it's The Mandalorian Season 3. I think there's a good chance that Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni might take center stage for an extended period of time, kind of like the way they did at the Mandoverse panel at Star Wars Celebration. Now, fans at Celebration got an exclusive look at the first trailer for Season 3. Hopefully they show this to the public and it's dropped on the official Star Wars channel, or some kind of special first look. At this stage, The Mandalorian Season 3 is in post-production, they probably have a lot of footage, and it'd be just great to get a teaser of some sorts. But as I said the other day, the producing duo generally like to keep things close to the chest, but any insight into The Mandalorian Season 3 would be amazing. Now, Jon Favreau recently teased he's writing Season 4. Some rumors say it's actually the Book of Boba Fett Season 2, so some kind of Boba announcement, although very hopeful, is definitely a possibility, but I've already spoken about that in depth, so let's move on to the next one. Related to The Mandalorian, we could also get our first look at the Ahsoka series. There was just enough footage back in May to put together a small celebration teaser, but this time with the show very deep in production, we could get a new look at the series, alternatively another cast announcement, this time announcing Ezra and Thrawn. Again, very wishful thinking, but you never know. Now, one announcement I would not be surprised if it came up is something to do with the Kenobi show. At the D23 Expo in 2019, Ewan McGregor came on stage to help Kathleen Kennedy announce the Kenobi show. This was after years of speculation, and following the first season, and given Ewan's willingness, we could get a second season or spin-off announced. Now, before it dropped, there were very few Star Wars projects as anticipated as Obi-Wan Kenobi. The limited series was a major success for Disney Plus, and largely with the fans, leaving many asking for more. Many reports, including that of Making Star Wars, indicated that Lucasfilm is moving forward with another story surrounding the character. This could be as a second season or marketed under a different title altogether. Now, the first season was all about Obi-Wan and Leia, and many fans think the second season should heavily incorporate Luke. Not only this, but Season 2 should explore the Force under the tutelage of Qui-Gon Jinn. And one of my favourite fan theories is that in Season 2, we learn how Obi-Wan aged so drastically in those 9 years on the desert planet. Aside from environmental conditions and stress, there are theories stating that Obi-Wan will encounter a life-draining force power that's going to age him rapidly, bringing us to Alec Guinness's depiction. Now, on the subject of Season 2, it's unknown if Deborah Chow is going to return to the director's chair, but just the possibility of having more Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen, regardless of what you thought of Season 1, would be amazing. Another big question mark was the rumoured Maul series. A variety of outlets and leakers claimed in early 2021 that alongside The Bad Batch, there would also be a second Clone Wars spin-off all about Darth Maul and Crimson Dawn. We've heard diddly squat about it since, and if it is legit, maybe we'll finally hear word. As with all of these guys, we're just speculating. These are not concrete predictions, just possibilities that could come up. And so next up at the gaming panel, we might get our first look at gameplay for Jedi Survivor. The sequel to Fallen Order is set for release early next year, and we've not had a final trailer yet. The teaser shown at Celebration got many fans asking asking all sorts of questions, mainly regarding the Sabayoth-looking fella in the tank. Well, maybe next weekend, we might get our first official glimpse at gameplay or another trailer of some kind. Now, related to this, we might hear about another project related to Cal Kestis. After all, the young Jedi is extremely popular. Lucasfilm have already planned to expand on the character's story, as a novel set between Fallen Order and the upcoming game is scheduled to release in March. Cameron Monaghan has left a few hints over the last few months that states he might be appearing in an upcoming show, or maybe even his own live-action spin-off after the games are done. Previous reports indicated that a series following Cal Kestis could be in development, which would be appealing to fans of both the games and Star Wars in general. And the great thing is, there are ways for Jedi Survivor, a possible Cal-centric show, and the upcoming novel to all tie into Obi-Wan Kenobi, and possibly even Reva and her future. After all, both Cal and Reva are survivors of Order 66, and even though Reva took the Inquisitor route, she has now defected and her future is completely a mystery. And so finally, on the D23 side of things, if we are getting an update for the future of Star Wars films, then maybe we'll finally hear official word on Rogue Squadron. Originally was going to release next December, but it's been indefinitely delayed since. IGN and The Hollywood Reporter claimed that Patty Jenkins had creative differences with Lucasfilm, but hopefully next weekend Kathleen Kennedy can clear the air and address the matter directly. If the film is going to happen at some stage and Patty Jenkins is still the director, then we might get a production date and updated release window. If the movie is completely scrapped, then I don't think the project's going to be mentioned at all during the panel. Whatever we do get next weekend, it's super exciting to know we are getting some Star Wars announcements. But let me know in the comments down below what you expect. As always, we should keep our expectations under check. And so finally, my dear friends, just a quick update for the Andor series. Genevieve O'Reilly in a new interview explains how the Andor show is going to explore the inner life of everyone's favourite senator Mon Mothma. While it's been long known that Mon Mothma would play a major role in the Andor show, O'Reilly opened up about how exactly the Rogue One prequel series is going to explore her Star Wars character. In her own words, she says, "We really get to develop her not only as a character or as a senator, but as a woman. We learn what her life is like, what she has to wrestle with, what the dangers are to her life, and what it costs to be her." In other Andor news over the last 24 hours, another report has emerged that Andy Serkis, who played Snoke in the sequels, is returning in the Andor series. But don't worry, he's not playing a Strandcast or a clone, he's reportedly playing a prisoner. This show is going to be full of surprises, I simply can't wait. Just over 2 weeks to go. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below of everything we spoke about. If you enjoyed this one, guys, as always, please be sure to give me a big fat thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. May the Force be with you always. I'm Star Wars Meg. Have a good one.